Grandfathered SpaceX Starlink accounts will be canceled. Let's dive into it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much once again joining me for tea time. Today we have a little bit of fireside. So good, so good. It is cold. My goodness, we're in Florida and it's in the 30s. What is going on? My blood is too thin for this. Anyways, guys, I hope you're joining me with your cup of tea, maybe a cup of coffee, hanging out, talking tech, talking photo, talking video. Today is a Starlink day. The grandfathered account that I told you guys about a year and a half ago or so. I said, don't lose this account. Don't lose this service, because if you lose it, you're not going to get it back. And what that grandfathered account was the residential package plus portability. Now, before I get into this entire video, the basis behind this is I've been getting a lot of emails from you guys talking about the grandfathered portability package is going to be history, and SpaceX Starlink sent a letter to this effect. Well, I kind of want to talk people off the top of the ledge of the roof, because not everything is bad, all right? Just hang in there. I'm going to tell you all about it, so hopefully by the end of this video, you will understand what it is all about and how it will affect you. If you're an RVer, or maybe you're someone that moves from house to house, maybe you have a winter home and a summer home, let's say, and you have half the time there and half the time here, for example, and you want to have one service to be able to take with you. Or maybe you're an RVer that spends maybe a month in 12 different states. That's another type of person. Anyways, I'm going to get into all of that today. But before I do, I want to say that if this content helps you, if you find any value in it at all, please throw it a thumbs up. That is very helpful. Don't forget to like, share, comment down below, do all of those things. I would appreciate that. And if you haven't downloaded any of my ebooks, check them out. They are free. Go to JCristina.com/books. Once again, JCristina.com/books. And if you want more Starlink content, just like this, I made over 400 videos now, about 410, I think, just for you. I'll put a link over here to a playlist. Don't click on it yet. I'll put this link here. When you're done watching this video, go check that out. There's a lot of helpful how-tos, tips, tricks, what to do, what not to do, what to buy, what not to buy, how to make mesh networks, all kinds of stuff like this. Once again, 410 just for you. Check those out. And finally, if you want to say thank you for all of my hard work on this channel, YouTube gave us this button, this little thank you button. Thank you, YouTube. Click on that, give $1 or $2 if you like. If not, it's perfectly fine. Consider becoming a member of the channel. That would be even better. So now that all of the promotion is done, hopefully you guys skipped through it. I have to do it, because if I don't do it, are you going to do it for me? Anyways, so to start out with, what the heck is this portability thing? Some people know, some people don't. I looked it up so we get the exact definition. Portability is basically this. SpaceX Starlink's portability was an add-on feature to the standard Starlink residential service, allowing users to temporarily move their Starlink dish to new locations within the same continent and still receive internet service. It was designed for customers who needed internet on the go without the need for a fixed service address. Exactly what I was telling you about before. People that have multiple homes, maybe one in the north, one in the south, and they spend 50% of the time up north, 50% down south, something like that. This was perfect for them because it only costed them an extra $25 to have the ability to take your dish, pick it up, throw it in the back of your car, and now go to your winter home, then just throw it on the ground, plug it in, and there you go, voila. You have high-speed broadband internet wherever you are. And the same thing holds true, like I said, with RVers that move from state to state to state to state. Even though this was not a moving package, you couldn't use it while you were moving, but once you get to your destination, you can throw it on the ground, once again, plug it in, and there you go. It doesn't matter where you are. Very, very, very highly sought after for many moons. And then finally, they discontinued offering it. So it started out, the portability, back in May of 2022. May. So originally we paid $99 per month, and then the extra $25 would bring it to $124. Let's call it 125 bucks. Very, very nice. Very nice. But then what ended up happening was the price went up for $99 per month to $120 per month. But portability remained $25. So now instead of $125, $124, now you're paying $145 for that same service. And there was a lot of people saying, hey, I'm going to get rid of it. All right. Now it's too expensive. We're at $145. I don't know if I should keep it. I told people, you guys go back. All right. Go back 100, 200 videos. I told you guys, keep it. If you got portability, keep it, because once they turn that down, you are not going to be able to get it again. And that is exactly what happened in April of 2023. They stopped offering it. So anyone that had it would be moved to a roaming plan, or they could stay with the standard plus portability plan as a grandfathered in customer, let's say. So that was a really big thing, because anyone that had the service, like I told them at the time, don't get rid of it, they were able to keep it at that $145 per month and still have that functionality. Being able to take your residential dish off the roof, then bring it with you to the next location, your other house somewhere, or wherever you're going, set it up and be able to use it anywhere. Once again, not mobilely, not on the go, but when you get to your destinations. This was a really, really big thing. Well, the bottom line here is the party is over. It is coming to an end. They are not only not offering portability anymore as of May of 2023, but as of, here's your number, February 23rd, 2025, they are discontinuing it completely, even if you're grandfathered in. I always thought that the whole word grandfathered means that you were in kind of in perpetuity at that locked in price or that service. I guess not. So John wrote into the show. Actually, a lot of people wrote in, but I'm going to highlight John's here because it really kind of rings a bell, I think, for a lot of people. So John's email says this: got this from SpaceX Starlink last night. As a full-time RVer, when he said got this, he's talking about the letter. As a full-time RVer, we typically move a few times a year. We spend the winters in a lot in Florida. This coming year, we will be in North Florida for a couple of weeks, then 6 weeks in Pennsylvania, then 2 weeks in Kansas, 5 weeks in Colorado, and 2 weeks in Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's a lot of traveling. We do not need in motion. According to SpaceX Starlink, we should switch to residential and change our address to where we are at the time. Do you agree? That's what this is kind of all about. I'm giving an answer to him, but also a lot of other of you that are asking the same type of question, that are literally on the balcony about ready to take a jump off. Just hang in there, okay? Hang in there. It's not as bad as it sounds. He sends one more email and says this: I said I asked a question to their support page and I got AI answers. That's how it all is now. They claim that I can change my service address when I get a new location. If that is true, I would be fine. But they also said that I will not be able to use some addresses because of availability, overcrowding, congestion, etc. If for some reason I was not able to use the address, that would be a big problem because I would not be able to work. So what John is doing here is he's moving around 10 different states, let's say, over the course of a year, but he's also working on the go. So wherever he goes, he needs to have high-speed internet. It's very important. And according to what they're saying is, if you go to a location that does not have coverage available to them, maybe they have a waiting list or there's congestion or that's overcrowded or whatever, and they cannot use it there, that would be a big thing. So what exactly did SpaceX say in this letter? Well, John sent it to us. Very nice. Thank you very much, John. It says this. It says, thank you for being an early Starlink customer. On February 23rd, 2025, Starlink will no longer support the Residential Plus Portability service offerings. On this date, if you are still on the Residential Plus Portability offering, we will move your service plan to the Roam Unlimited plan for $165 a month. Keep that in mind, 165. If you would like to move to the residential service plan for use at one location or another Starlink service plan, follow the steps here in your account page before the date above. Once again, February 23rd of next year. To learn more about Starlink service plan offerings, see our comparison page. That is a really good page. Matter of fact, down below in the pinned comment, as well as the description, I'm going to put a link to that comparison page. I think it's very important. Then at least you can see what you're getting with the different plans, because there are a few now. If you wish to discontinue your Starlink service, you may cancel at any time. Thank you for supporting our efforts to deliver high-speed, low-latency internet across the globe. The Starlink team. So that is the letter that he got. And once again, many of you got the same letter and you're sitting on the top of a roof ready to jump off. And now you're sitting here listening to me. And once again, like I said, hopefully by the end of this video, you will understand that it's not that bad. Now, what I did was very similar to what he did. He went online to ask questions, and of course you get the AI to respond. So I'm like, hey, you know what? Let me talk to an AI. And that's what I did. So I said, what would be the difference between using a residential plan with portability enabled compared to the same dish using the roam plan, both within an area with good service and no congestion? Because that's exactly what John wants to know here. That is a very, very important question, which was never answered. Well, the AI answered. It says, in an ideal scenario with no congestion, both might perform similarly well if the area has good coverage. The roam plan without mobile priority, I'll get into that in just a second, without mobile priority would likely have similar to slightly better performance than the residential dish with portability because the roam is tailored for mobility, but neither would have the priority of a fixed residential service. If you had the roam plan with mobile priority, this would provide better speeds than the residential dish with portability, as mobile priority is intended to offer a high level of service for those on the move. So basically, if you get the roam plan, in short, if you get the roam plan over the residential plus portability, you're going to get slightly better service. Even though it is not prioritized, what they're saying, it might be slightly better because it is created for mobility. Also, you will then have a plan that will allow you to use it in motion, meaning that you could use it anywhere. It doesn't make a difference on the go while you're traveling. So you can have it at the top of your RV and sit there on the web if you want. You can do that. Now, what's the difference here with pricing? And that's what a lot of people want to know, because they see this big price now, it's $165. They're like, man, we were at 145, we're at 165 now. Before that, we were at 124. What is going on? 124, 145, now 165. I get it. So the roam plan, it says the cost for the standard roam plan is $165 a month. This plan offers unlimited data, in motion use up to 100 miles per hour. Kind of crazy. And international travel features. This is important because not only can you use it in the US, but you can use it abroad in countries that allow you to use SpaceX Starlink. There are some that don't. It finalizes the statement with, but at a lower priority than fixed residential service. This is important. What this means is even if you have roam, you are not going to get priority service unless you get their mobile priority. All right? And this is where they go into mobile priority. It says the roam plan with mobile priority starts at an additional cost on top of the standard roam. You would need to upgrade to the priority mobile service, which adds $250 per month to the base roaming package, making the total cost $415 per month. Now, wait, there's more here. Because just because you got the roam plus the mobile priority and now you have priority access, just like if you were at home with your residential coverage, you're only getting 50 gigabytes of data. Now, They actually break it down. Mobile priority is an additional $250, but it gives you 50 gigabytes of priority data per month. After using this amount, your service reverts back to the standard roam plan, unlimited data, but with the lower priority. Interesting. If you need more priority data, you can opt in to purchase additional mobile priority data for $2 per gigabyte, or you can upgrade to a higher data cap like the 1 terabyte plan. We don't even want to get into that price. So, what is the bottom line here? If you are a Starlink user and you have the residential package plus portability and you're grandfathered in, and you know within 1 year, on February 23rd, 2025, your grandfathered package is gone. Should you be worried? And the answer to that is actually no. The reason is not only will you get service that will be on the go, in motion, you'll be able to use it while you're moving up to 100 miles per hour, but you'll also be able to use the service abroad in any other country that you go to. So you can stick that thing into your suitcase and go to Germany, for example, pull it out and now use it. The other thing is that you are not getting priority access when you're using your residential dish with portability. A lot of people had this twisted. They thought just because they had their residential dish on the go, picked it up and went to another location with it, they were going to get the same service. And the answer to that is no. When you move that dish to another location, you get best effort. Best effort is the exact same thing that the standard roaming plan gives you. But what they're saying is the standard roaming plan actually is a slight bit better because it is created specifically for mobility. So all in all, for $20 more, all right, $20 more, from $145 to $165. For $20 more, you're going to get slightly better speeds. So this is good for you, John, because you're not going to have to worry about having slower speeds, but you're going to get the exact same speeds, maybe even a little bit better. But also, you're not going to have to worry about going to a location that is congested or is not currently offering service at all. Whereas if you were to bring your dish to that location and now readdress it there, they might say, hey, listen, there's no availability here. You can't use it. You won't have that problem using the roaming package, the standard roaming package. You don't even need priority. If you need to go priority and spend the extra $250 per month, that's okay. But once again, bear in mind, you're only getting 50 gigabytes of data. And if it's something that you need unlimited for, I would suggest you just simply use the Roam standard plan. It will be that extra $20, but it's going to be good for you. I do believe that the majority of you that are grandfathered in currently will find benefit of spending the extra $20. $20 I know is $20, but still you're getting a lot for that $20. Whereas if you stuck with the residential plus portability, in some areas you might not even be able to use your service, and that is a problem. This will not be a problem for John once he moves over to that roaming mobility package. So should you move right away, or should you hang out and just stay with that grandfathered in residential plus portability as of right now? Honestly, I think it's really all about the $20. If you can afford the $20, moving today is not a problem at all. I think that it is a good thing because you're getting a lot for your $20, all right? But if you don't need all of those extras, let's say, well, stick with the portability. It's fine. It works. As long as you don't go to an area that is highly congested or that no longer has service or whatever the case might be, you're okay. Keep the $20 in your pocket for a year. What are you saving? Maybe what, $240 over the course of the year? Not bad, but it's something that you can do. But like I said from the very beginning, and I hope that you guys see at the end of this video that there's no reason to be fearful of losing that grandfathered in package. The only thing that I would say, this is as a Starlink user for the last 40 plus months, coming out of beta, all the way back, right? When there was 112,000 customers, now there's 4.6 million. That's when I started, 112,000. I would make a request to SpaceX Starlink to provide this grandfathered in price of $145 per month to the folks that are going to be moved to that roaming plan. So instead of having to pay the $165 per month, they will pay simply $145, maybe for a year. And then after that, maybe it will go back to the $165. I think putting them into this plan, moving them into it for the same price, I think is a fair thing to do. And the reason I feel that it's fair is because the majority of these people have been around since 2022. They've been here for 2 years, 3 years now. All right. So since they are an older customer, give them that extra $20. You're only going to be losing $240 from each one of these people for that entire allotment of a year, which isn't a lot, but it will provide, let's say, some goodwill out there, and people will notice it. They will recognize it and be like, look, SpaceX Starlink is really taking care of me. All right. That's my suggestion to you guys over there at SpaceX Starlink. 145, I think, is a good number, especially for the people that have been here for 2-3 years. Anyways, I hope this has been helpful. Like I said before, like, share, comment, do all of those things. If you don't want to comment down below because you're shy, I get it. Put an emoji down there. At least I know you are here to the end of the video. I appreciate that. Finally, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools I've invented for you, and my merch and my tees and my shirts and my books and my cups and all the rest of the stuff. Check out my merch over there at JCristina.com. Help support me and my family. Many blessings to you and your family. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay connected, and we'll see you in the next one. Love you all.